All right, I'm PJ Feinson. I'm a relatively new member of the Triangle Curling Club board, and on behalf of the board, I would like to welcome everybody who came out on this lovely day to help us celebrate the groundbreaking of the first dedicated curling facility in the southeastern United States. Okay, we'd like to, we have a couple of special guests here to help us celebrate this important milestone. And we have a speaker here today to help us celebrate. I'd like to introduce Durham City Councilman Eddie Davis.
Very much. I'm standing in for Mayor Bell, but this is the first time I've had a chance to do that, so I'm really pleased that it's happened here and with the Triangle Curling Club. I'm particularly impressed with the whole concept of having a curling club here in Durham, North Carolina. And I've done a little research and I found that there are lots of terminology that I'm going to have to get used to. All the issues of going hog to hog and the house and all the things, and that this is really chess on ice. So I'm really impressed with all of that. But of all the things that I've learned about curling in the last week or so, is the whole idea of the spirit of curling. And I've been very impressed about that. And I think that's a wonderful kind of idea to introduce through sport, but to introduce it to Durham so that we can indeed carry that spirit of curling over to the spirit of Durham. So I'm very happy to be here on behalf of Mayor Bell and the entire City Council and the staff and the City of Durham. I want to welcome you to Durham and to this new facility that you will have. Have a wonderful time and continue the spirit of curling.
Thank you, Councilman Davis. We are very happy to call Durham our new home. Next, I would like to introduce our club president, Dave Hamilton, the elder. The elder.
Thank you, PJ.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Councilman Davis, for coming and for helping us make today special. This occasion would not be possible without the passion and commitment of so many people. And while I'm not sure we could ever fully thank everyone who has played a role, there are a number of people that I'd like to acknowledge today. First off, our Building and Land Committee have put in countless hours, from scouting locations to reviewing building plans and everything in between. Without them, none of this would be possible. Please join me in thanking the following: Lee Franklin, Cliff Gray, Nick Whitcraft, Ryan Loudon, Chris John, Brian Schoolman, Patrick Rabinold, Sue Mitchell, Jeff Turnham, Pat Hartman, Dan Scheck. And I'd especially like to highlight the contributions of some committee members, Mike Hartman, Rich Wallace, and Dick McCartney, who acquired this property for the club and helped secure the financing for the building.
Hear, hear.
Special recognition also goes out to Murray Jackson, who has worked closely with our building partners to ensure that the new club will fully meet our needs. So, thank you, Murray. I'd like to recognize a number of significant donors to our building fund and backers of the financing who haven't mentioned elsewhere. Catherine Burchard, Rich and Kirsten Collins, PJ Feinson, Carl Griffith, Russ Lemke, Hal McCready, our friends from the Plainfield Curling Club, Chris and Amber Allen, Amy Hobby, and Steve and Leah Janesco. It took vision to get us this far, not just the vision to build a dedicated facility, but the vision to start a curling club in North Carolina nearly 20 years ago today. When the club was formed in 1995, the thought of a curling-only facility was just a distant dream. But for that dream, we are grateful for our founders. Founding members that we haven't mentioned yet include John and Evelyn Nostrum, Kathy Jackson, Brian Chick, Sarah Cornell, Ken Cato, and Lance Wright. While so many of our club members have stepped up to make this project a success, we couldn't do it alone. She couldn't be with us today, but I'd like to extend our gratitude to Nancy Gardner from BB&T for seeing the potential in this project and providing the financing to make it a reality. I'd like to thank our site engineers from Coulter, Jewell, Toms PA, particularly Dan Jewell and Jeremy Anderson, for helping us navigate through the approval process. On that note, I should also thank the Durham Planning Commission and the Durham City Council for both unanimously approving this project. We have two great partners to build our new home. First, AccuSteel Incorporated from Raleigh, which is going to construct the building. Thank you, Kirk Anderson and Troy Grady. Kirk is here. I'd also like to recognize Everything Ice Incorporated from Pennsylvania, which will provide our ice making equipment and the playing surface. Thank you, John Burley and Ian Bennett. We are also incredibly grateful for Kilpatrick, Townsend, and Stockton, LLP, the hours and contract review and legal advice that Jeff Benson and Nikki Matthews have provided, all at no cost to our club. I'd like to welcome John and Ellen Dagenhart and the folks from NextClimb. We're really excited to have you become our new neighbors. And I'm pleased that Ashley Thomas from Bridge to Sports could join us today. We're looking forward to working with you and your organization to offer adaptive curling opportunities at the new building. I'd like to thank Joe Mecca and Pam Hamilton for arranging this event today, as well as everyone who came out to help clean up the property in preparation for it. And thank you to the meteorologist who said it could have been a whole lot worse. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the spouses, family members, and significant others of everyone who has put in their time into getting us this far. So thank you, everyone. And finally, thank you to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Dave.
Now I'd like to welcome Mike Hartman to say a few words.
Frank Lloyd Wright said, "A thing will always happen if you really believe in it. It is the belief that will make the thing happen." It's been a long journey from curling with Borrowed Rocks and Daniel Boone in the Ice House in Hillsborough in 1995 to here. This new facility will be the newest dedicated ice facility in the world and the first in the southern USA. It'll be world and Olympic caliber ice. And while it may not look like falling water, Frank Lloyd Wright's masterpiece on the outside, it will be a masterpiece of function to the curlers on the inside. Murray Jackson and his building committee has spent thousands of hours making it so. Some would say the journey from the ice arena to here is like golfers playing in a farmer's field to playing on Pinehurst number 2. There are 4 sheets of ice to be constructed in cement with underground heaters to ensure year-round curling, which is designed to last for decades. It will be climate and humidity controlled to allow for the keenest and truest ice. The warm room will be truly warm. The facility is located at the junction of the Research Triangle Park and the city of Durham. To take advantage of the proximity of the most potential curlers and the proximity of our existing membership. It is close to hotels and amenities for the town visitors that it will attract. Curling was started in Scotland in the 1500s at the same time as golf, as a way for the Scottish farmers to get together in an athletic endeavor and to socialize afterwards. The game has changed quite a bit, but the social aspect remains the same. For this building, the groundbreaking was just a beginning. It's also a beginning of having a facility near the RTP, where hard-working people can enjoy a competition involving athleticism, strategy, teamwork, and then socialize afterwards. Curling is the only competition where the winners buy the losers a drink. Hence the saying, there are no losers in curling. This facility with its 4 sheets of curling ice will be able to host bonspiels. Those are competitions between clubs at the regional, national, and world level. Each bonspiel attracts about 100 visitors to fill the hotels and explore what the RTP area has to offer. In 4 years' time, we hope that the players from Scotland and the Scots Tour, the Curling's Ryder Cup, will be visiting us here in the Triangle when they visit America. In the meantime, we'll host up to 3 bonspiels a year, attracting teams from near and far. The new Curling Center will be open to all curlers. There will be junior teams, men's teams, women's teams, mixed teams, Paralympic teams for wheelchair curling. With all the universities around us, there's been an interest in phys ed classes, intramural curling, club sports, and possibly an ACC league. The Triangle area has been designated as an Olympic training area, primarily for baseball. We will ask the U.S. Olympic Committee to become a training area for curling. This facility will give curlers the ability to train and practice in order to compete at the local, regional, national, world, and perhaps the Olympic level. This entire facility has been paid for by its members. We hope this will change. If your company would like to contribute to this facility, either by cash or in-kind donations, or advertising at the club, we would greatly appreciate it. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. But if you can't donate, please open up some time for us to present to your employees our vision of curling and socializing. I too would like to say thank you to the Research Triangle Park, City of Durham, BB&T, CJT, AccuSteel, Everton Ice, but mostly to the volunteers of the Triangle Curling Club who donated countless hours to this building because they really believe, and it is that belief that has made this happen. Thank you and good curling. It's a little wet.
Makes it easier.
I think we found the water table.
You gotta get going.
Hey, at least you don't have to feel it. That's right.
I've been thinking of it if I start curling, that if I lose, I still can get it.
Good half of it is a social.
And another digger.
Another digger. That's the future.
She's been the star all day long.
So at this point, if you'd like your own pictures or pictures with Marla, she's the star, feel free. There's refreshments over here on the right. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
More donuts, please? Why are you making me work? I want donuts.
You got all that energy now.